Then you have atomics and mutex for it. Gotcha. Okay, I'm pretty sure this rerun exception is going to be caught somewhere else first. I think. Run scene. If I go to the scene.py, here, it'll be caught. That's what it's supposed to be. So I go to scene and go to render. So here, this is where it tries to construct the scene. And then I can add this exception. I should really come up with a real status for this. So it'll never tear down the scene, but that's fine, because this scene is going to be garbage collected. So that's okay. Also, I don't know if render.clearScreen is a function. Let me check here. For clear screen, it is here. In this version, it is not here. So you have to copy that. Really like Rust. I learned it in freestyle and Go, but I think I'm in the wrong side of the coin. So I don't know that much about either of them, but I actually like them both. I've heard, I think it was actually from Discord, I read something saying Rust is just faster. And the reason Rust is faster is because it doesn't have to do garbage collection like Go does. I think Go does garbage collection without warning. It just does it sometimes. Okay, that was beautiful, actually. Wait. Yeah, I can just rerun that now. Is the window supposed to lose focus like that? Maybe that's okay. Let me see if that happens in this version. Oh, whoops. Wasn't trying to do that. Wait, no, that's okay. So run this, then if you do this, it doesn't lose focus, so something's different between these. What OS? This is Arch. Although, it's a little misleading. I'm using Arch right now to program on, but I'm streaming from Windows. I'm not streaming in Arch. I tried to stream from Linux at first, and it was just too annoying. There was there's a few things. There were some installation problems because I had to build some dependencies on my own. And then there was some other thing, and I just ended up doing it from Windows. Golang is very enjoyable from my little experience, but I've heard horror stories when getting into complex apps. The thing about Go is, because I have a story like that too. It was pretty annoying. I know what I have to fix here. Go is strongly typed, but it has type inference as well. And the net result is that you can have variable be placed in the code where it just says like random confusing data structure equals like R or something. It'll be like, okay, well, do I know anything about this random confusing data structure? Do I know like its type or what I can call on it? And the answer is this type will be somewhere in the code, but it may not be anywhere near where you see this line. And so that could get really confusing because the type will be inferred, but that doesn't mean you can infer the type. It only means the Go interpreter can. What was I doing? Oh, I was looking at the renderer where it got the window. Guess it's focused on being a systems with safety, no garbage collection, complete safety. Yeah, the renderer where it got the window. Guess it's focused on being a systems with safety, no garbage collection, complete safety. Yeah. It makes it really nice. That's like one of the worst problems in software development history is garbage collection. So a lot of businesses are investing a lot to move toward it. Been working on an app in Rust almost 2 years. When I upgrade the Rust crates, I always break something. Yep. Upgrading is annoying. Very much so. Okay, from this, it looks like it should be reusing the window. Why is the window being destroyed? Because it should go here, see that status. It'll continue this loop. The scene class. So it'll instantiate the scene. That'll go here. Up here. Was it like init scene? It'll call renderer.init scene. Am I following this right? It'll pass the renderer to the scene. Okay, so it'll go here. Then this renderer. If renderer is none, that'll be false, so it'll go here. Renderer.init scene. Here in init scene, it should already have a window. Self.window equals window of self. And one of these lines, it's destroying and recreating the window. Isn't it? Oh, it needs this. Why didn't you tell me? This line. Yesterday, I updated to Rust 1.51. They added a safety feature. The Trust DNS Resolver fixed the bug. Yet, the Actix Connect, the last version was 2.0.0, ships with a faulty Trust DNS Resolver. What? They added a safety feature. Trust DNS Resolver fixed the bug. Yet another thing, oh, it shipped with the faulty version of the app, or of the function. That is annoying. And I feel bad for you. Okay, so these dictionaries are already being initialized up here, so I don't have to do that. That's why these lines were removed. So with luck, now when I rerun this, great, the window isn't recreated. That's perfect. I do have to fix this though. The renderer thread doesn't quit when the terminal quits. Rust is moving fast. While upgrade issues can apply to anything, they do get a little amplified with how fast Rust moves. I guess that's a blessing and a curse. Probably more of a positive than a negative, in my judgment. But yeah, that can get annoying. Okay, so embed 2. So now if I rerun, I think everything works perfectly. I'm pretty sure everything works perfectly. Because it'll join the keyboard thread, that's safe, then it'll rerun this. If I do exit, let's see what that does. On the positive, I'm enamored with WGPU all around. I don't know how I feel about it. And here's why I don't know how I feel about it. There's actually this super funny GitHub thread. I hope I can find it. This was just like the funniest GitHub thread. Because, okay, so here's the thing. WebGPU is writing another language for graphics programming. It's not using GLSL. An implementation of WebGPU. Gotcha. But they're not using GLSL. That means they are rewriting this language. It also means that everything you of WebGPU. Gotcha. But they're not using GLSL. That means they are rewriting this language. It also means that everything you know about GLSL, which is an annoying language to learn, isn't really helpful anymore. And apparently the language they're replacing it with, WGSL, isn't very good. And so I was reading through this thread thinking like, man, I don't want to have to learn two of these languages. And it made me laugh. So I'm going to put that there. It's just a funny thread. I'm getting so sidetracked. All right, let's check out. Oh, this is the thing with the DNS. Wait, LRU clash with hashlink. Includes a check that causes a panic if the inner types have this and aren't initialized. The version of this used by LRU cache would now panic if an insert is attempted. Moreover, this and linked hash are not actively maintained. And it's replacing it. Okay. Cool, cool. Man, I got sidetracked. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I wanted the exit command to work. So if from this version, if I try to exit, wait, that was kind of weird. Why did that happen? Like, why was the renderer thread aware of the fact that the keyboard thread exited? Oh, I added... It'll automatically exit whenever the shell exits. So I should put that here. I don't need the underscore keyboard because you can only exit from one thread. And what I'll do is just copy this check. Or maybe I already had this check. I do. Okay. So now if I exit here, that's good. Then if I exit Q, quit, it'll still work. Or exit function, that should still work. If I rerun, great. Alright, so that's perfect. Is there anything else even to add at this point? I think I added pretty much everything I want. Oh. Play, wait, add, remove. Maybe I think there's a bug if you try to quit from the... So normally if you press Q on the window, it's supposed to quit. But it doesn't. I think it just crashes. Although it's sort of ambiguous. Uh-oh. If you press Q on the interactive window from interact, like this, it'll, whoops. Oh, I broke interact. Whatever, that's probably fine. It needs a shell, or it needs the keyboard thread now. Maybe I can just put none. Just default this to none. So now, if I try to quit from the window, it stops. If you press R from the window, it resets the camera orientation. So the question is, if you press Q from the window in the second version of Interact, should it quit or should it replay? It should probably quit, is my instinct. Or should it replay? It should probably quit, is my instinct. Which will probably be easier to implement anyway. Although the logic for how it works is more confusing. I think what'll happen is if I quit from the window, from the render grid, this will become false. It'll break out here. And I guess this is where I have to quit everything? Here. Is Python the primary language you use day to day? At work, I don't. At work, I mostly write C++. For this project, which is Manim, it is what I primarily use. I have no idea whether that worked or not. It just happened. Well, it never printed quit the other threads here. Instead, I do know quite a lot of Python now. Okay, so the next question is, when is this ever true? If self.render.window is closing, while not, why was is closing not true? If I pressed Q, I thought that meant the window was closing. Let me, I think in the window code, I think it has the bindings for the keys. Nope, not there. Maybe it's at the bottom of scene. Okay, so Q says quit interaction is true. It doesn't say window.is closing is true. Fine. In either case, yeah, so this is the proper place to close the threads. So here I want to quit the shell. Which means I have to pass the shell. From here. So now, since it has that shell reference, which I guess I'll also default to none, then I can say if is not none. Now I can shell dot whatever, however I quit that. Like this. I can quit this, then join it. And with luck... Wait. Okay, so now if I quit this, it did quit it, which is what I want. If the shell is not none, then it uses the shell, but it also assumes that the keyboard thread is not none. Which I guess is safe, since the only time that I pass the shell, I also pass the keyboard thread. However, that might not always be true. So should I do this? Should I? I guess I have to. Well, if I don't have this extra hand, and the shell is passed, but the key... No, I think this is fine. I think this is fine. I don't make Q close the window. To add animations after interact, they will be played normally after you press Q. Okay, that makes sense. That means... That's something else. Square. And I create that. Like so. Now if I do this, and I create that. Like so. Now if I do this, go to the window, press Q. Great, so that still works. So basically when I pressed Q, it continued, it didn't quit. However, if I play this pause here and I type quit at the terminal, it just stops. Wait. Return value already set. Well, it hit a bug. So I guess I can't reason about what it did. But this, I guess, should only... Do I have a way to check if the shell has already quit? It had a trace, yeah. So the reason... So yeah, this didn't quit normally, and the reason is because I'm exiting... I think the reason is because I'm exiting the shell, but the shell is already exited. So what I need to do is only do this if I quit the main loop by way of the screen, by way of the render loop. Could, yeah, I was thinking just put it in a I mean, easy. Then just like accept everything. So, okay, now if I quit the terminal, it actually continues, which I think makes the most sense. But maybe I should actually think about how this works. Okay. Maybe what I should do, if 2.0 starts with exit, then in this case, that means I'm quitting from the keyboard. If I'm quitting from the keyboard, then it already quit on its own. New. Thanks for following. Maybe I should just set a boolean somewhere. Multi-threaded code is confusing. When I break out of this loop, I have to know the way in which I broke out of this loop, I guess. So if it's because this stopped being true, then okay, here's what I think I need to do. I think you need to raise end-scene early exception to actually quit. That's fair, but I don't want to raise an end-scene early exception here. In this case, I want it to continue. When you do this, I want that to continue like doing stuff. Unless I wanted to add like a continue command to this. But that's too much work. Do that later. The question to ask myself is what must be true at this point in the code if I quit from the window thread? All I can think of is if I quit from the shell thread, then the shell would have shut itself down, and it would have passed this token on the queue, this exit token. So here, this is where you'd be. You'd have gone here, basically, if you quit from the keyboard thread. Okay, I'm just going to put here. Can I just set a variable? And then like quit from keyboard equals false by default. Would that? I guess this would work. Then if you get here and you did not quit from the keyboard, then you would do this. Is that enough? Well, that'll do it, but is there an easier way to do it? Is that enough? Well, that'll do it, but is there an easier way to do it? Maybe I could just break here. I could just break here and then quit the keyboard thread down here no matter what. So maybe the keyboard thread shouldn't even close itself. I think it's making it more confusing that the keyboard thread will quit itself if you quit from there. I did that because I thought it'd be faster, but maybe what I want to do. Rerun. Well, when I rerun, I have to quit from this place, don't I? No, I don't think so, actually. I'm going to try this. I'm going to not quit from here. Then any place where I want to quit the keyboard thread, I'm just going to... Oh no, but sometimes I never break from this loop because I just raised this exception. So that doesn't work. I'm just going to do this. Quit from keyboard equals false by default. If you go here, then quit from keyboard equals true. Maybe it should be something more like keyboard needs join. Thread needs join. False by default here. Now, if this equals exit, this is false. So this is true by default. Now, if I'm in this loop and I break from the window, then keyboard thread needs join will still be true. So here I can say if shell is not none and keyboard thread needs join, then I do this. Did it work? Place your bets. I guess it worked. That's pretty nice. One day I'll probably want to replace that with, instead of just a quit command, having a maybe a continue command as well as a quit command. But for now, that's going to be pretty nice. Then I can do play. I wonder if I can do circle add updater. And I'm pretty sure this won't work. Else point. Yeah, okay. Can't do that. But I guess you can just like shift it over time. Shift. Nope, not even that. Dang. There's some scoping problems with IPython that they haven't quite ironed out. But for now, I think I'm fine with this. play, animate, shift. I can do scale, mix things up. And they can continue like that. That's nice. Cool. Is there anything else I wanted to add? Oh wait, I have to try quitting from the window. Yeah, it works. Okay, so that continues to add them and they would play normally. Yeah, so after you press Q, they continue to play. Cool. One thing I should probably fix is that if instead of using play, if you self.play, and try to animate this way, it just crashes. So maybe I just